Have you ever heard of the crisis that turned the River Thames into a giant sewer? For centuries, the River Thames was a lifeline for Londoners. Drinking water, transportation, commerce, the river did it all. But by the 19th century, it was also a dumping ground for human waste and industrial runoff. This led to an era-defining event known as the Great Stink, setting the scene for one of the most bizarre yet pivotal episodes in the history of urban planning. Let's rewind to the bustling streets of 1850s London. Picture Queen Victoria ruling over a kingdom teeming with innovation and industrial growth. However, beneath the glossy surface of modernity lay a festering problem that no one could ignore: massive pollution in the River Thames. The Industrial Revolution brought factories and technology to the city, but it also brought tons of untreated human waste directly into its waterways. Meet two key characters of our story. First, there's Sir Joseph Bazalgette, a visionary engineer with an uncanny ability to turn impossible public works projects into reality. Tall and sturdy, Bazalgette had an unwavering conviction that engineering could solve London's sanitation problem. His mission? To create a sewer system that would whisk London's waste away, far enough so that the city could breathe freely again. Then there's Edwin Chadwick, a public health reformer obsessed with improving living conditions. Chadwick wasn't an engineer, but instead, he was an influential policymaker with a talent for rallying public opinion. He saw the sewage problem not merely as an annoyance, but as a threat to public health, linked to deadly diseases like cholera that ravaged the population. Together, their motivations aligned: a cleaner, healthier London. As Bazalgette and Chadwick took the reins, the city was in dire straits. Imagine the River Thames on a sweltering summer day in 1858. The effluent soup, a grotesque mixture of excrement and industrial waste, created a suffocating stench so unbearable it was said to cause people to faint on the spot. The smell even seeped into the Parliament buildings, disrupting government proceedings and forcing lawmakers to do the unthinkable: agree on something to prevent a complete societal breakdown. Tension mounted as the city's livelihood hinged on legislators taking effective action. The old and ineffective sewer lines needed to be completely overhauled. Frantic debates ensued. On one hand, the cost of building a new sewer system was staggering. On the other, doing nothing threatened public safety and the economy. Time was running out, and public patience was wearing thin. With Chadwick's relentless advocacy and Bazalgette's master planning, a monumental task was undertaken: building a network of underground brick sewers that would stretch for over 83 miles. These tunnels were engineered to divert waste towards the Thames estuary, effectively bypassing the city. The stakes were sky high. If their plan failed, it would mean not just economic disaster, but a humanitarian crisis of catastrophic proportions. Yet, against all odds, and amidst mounting public pressure, Bazalgette pushed his design through Parliament, garnering funding and support for this monumental achievement. As the massive sewer lines began to take shape, they employed state-of-the-art technology and cutting-edge design principles for the era. It was nothing short of an engineering marvel, and finally, in 1875, the new sewer system became operational, dramatically reducing pollution in the Thames. The resolution was as resounding as the challenges had been daunting. The river, once a symbol of squalor and neglect, slowly transformed into a cleaner waterway, affecting not only how the city smelled, but improving public health in ways many hadn't even imagined. The Great Stink of 1858 had prompted one of the greatest advances in public health and urban planning London had ever seen. The lessons learned echo in cities today. Necessity drives innovation, and sometimes it stinks really bad before it gets better. And so, the stinky old River Thames reminds us that the most iconic urban transformations often come from the most dire circumstances. The combination of visionary engineering and steadfast advocacy laid the groundwork for urban sanitation systems we rely upon to this day. It's a fragrant reminder that progress often begins with the courage to tackle the seemingly insurmountable.